we are now looking at what are the effects of global warming upon the earth. So, first what happens? I said sea level rises. The sea level it rises, then storms occur. Next we have tsunamis, then floods. Famine is another effect. Famine. Agriculture yields poor, destruction of more species. So, what are the effects? One, the sea level rises, threatens with storms and tsunami. Floods come in and that causes famine. Then agriculture, cultivation becomes low, yield becomes less, and the destruction of some species of plants, animals. That is the effect. And the ninth question, what is a carbon print? That's what we did earlier. A carbon print is a term used for the emission of carbon dioxide by every individual. We did in the beginning, remember, how do we go to school? Our family, how do they go? What vehicle we take, car or bus, whatever. So, every person in the house, how much of electricity you, whether we switch off the light, fan, all this. So, this carbon print is a term used, emission of carbon dioxide by every individual in the house. That is called the carbon print. And finally, we have what can you do to preserve your planet Earth? That's a beautiful question. It's for you to decide and think. How? How are you going to preserve your Earth? Walking and cycling? Yes. Reducing carpooling, reducing the petrol fuel used vehicles. Yes. Keeping environment clean, segregating waste, planting trees. Very good. But then it is using also of very good wind and solar energy. But it's not enough to say we must learn to do it. You must learn to walk distances that you can cover. You need to use cycle regularly. You need to plant trees and look after it. You need to use solar energy and wind energy, which is given freely. And then at home, look at the cycling, look at the segregation. And we children, we must see that the plastics are not thrown anywhere we like. We must take seriously, then we can take care of our beautiful Earth. Now we go on to say, different, they said 300, 400 million years, what happened? Let's look at that. Different, in the lesson they said about million years, so many million years, what emerged, what happened. We could look at that. Fill up the boxes in your text. Okay? Now, get ready for that. Okay. The first one is 400. 400 million years, okay? 400 million years. What evolved? What happened? What happened 400 million years ago? Look into the text and say, plants appeared, spread, evolved. So many years ago, plants. Look at that. Plants emerged 400 million years and you and I busy cutting off all the plants. Then they spread, evolved and adapted. Forests came to be. Forests came to be. Then next, 350 million years. 50 millions of years ago, what occurred? Look at that. Look at the text and tell me. Plants followed by creatures with shells. Now creatures came to be. Creatures with shells. Okay? Creatures with shell evolved into insects, fish, reptiles. So we have insects, fish, and finally reptiles. Okay. Then what else? Next one, we have, next one, 300 million years ago. Now we go to 300 million years ago. What happened? What happened here now? Look at the text and tell. Reptiles with legs. What evolved? Reptiles with legs evolved. And what are they? And what do they could? They could walk. They dominated the landscape, threatened mammals. A new reptile. What is his name? The dinosaur. The great, terrible dinosaur. He had legs and everyone dominated the earth. Mammals, everybody was frightened. Next we go to 240 million years ago. What happened? Aggressive species became extinct. What are the aggressive species? These dinosaurs, they become extinct. Okay? That's what happened 240 years. They are no more. These became no more. Next we have 7 million years ago. What happened? 7 million years ago. What happened then? In 7 million years ago, ape-like creatures came to be. Ape-like creatures lived on plants, walked upright. They were the early humans. Now I wanted to look at that before we go on. 400 million years ago, your plants and forest evolved. And we, human, within only 7 million years ago, human evolved, but they very happily, they've destroyed the forest, which was 400 million years ago. So the destruction that man has done, can you see? And lastly, 1 million years ago, 1 million years ago, what happened 1 million years ago? Learn to keep fire burning. Who? Human. What did they learn? Human may learn to make fire. They learn to make fire, cook meals, spread across the continent. Soon they spread. They began to speak.